Hey guys, in this video we'll be going through the first stage of creating a move, conceptualization. This is the stage where you find the central idea and purpose of your move. From our experience, there are two main ways to conceptualize ideas and purposes for moves. The first is to simply stumble upon a weird movement or grip by sitting down and fiddling with cards. And from there, you develop an idea and purpose. The second is to conceptualize the idea or purpose and the movement of the cards in your head. Then try to manifest those movements with cards. While the two methods are very distinct, they can often be used together while creating a move. For example, you could conceptualize the central idea of a move in your head, but stumble upon the closer of a move while experimenting with a deck of cards in your hands. One of the greatest cardists of our time, Dimitri Arleri, refers to these two methods as hand thinking and head thinking, respectively in his book Hold My Brain While I'm Shuffling. You can find a more in-depth discussion of these two methods there if you are interested. We will link to the book in the description. So, we will now give examples of actual moves that were created using these two methods. The first would be Dunsmuir. Dunsmuir is a move that I created completely through just experimenting with a deck. It was originally a squeeze variation that I just started because I thought it would be cool to do around the block at this point. Then, I experimented with sliding this packet upwards with my thumb. And everything else was just what I felt were the obvious next steps. An example of a move that was conceptualized in my head would be Blisk. As I was experimenting with Andre Jik's move Classic, which is a way to get into a triangle from a fairer deck, I thought to myself whether it would be possible to do two of them lengthwise side by side. Then I tried it with cards and pretty much instantly got the central part of the move. These two methods tend to create moves of different styles. From our experience, by experimenting with a deck in your hands, you're more likely to come up with packet cuts, while the other method tends to create aerials, displays, or variations of existing moves. This is because our brains are more capable of visualizing things we already know, whether it is a shape, a particular display, or existing movements. It is harder to visualize new and simultaneous movements of multiple packets. Some cardists rely heavily on one of these methods. For example, Birger Karlsson has said in his talk in 2016's Cardistry-Con, he always conceptualizes moves in his head first before trying them out with cards. But most cardists apply a combination of these two methods. Regardless of which you apply more heavily, it is important to have a clear purpose in mind. Whatever movement you create should be a physical manifestation of your purpose for the move. So with that said, we encourage you all to try out these methods to come up with your own movements and ideas. Do it! Once you do, you can move on and begin to shape your idea into a move. And we will be going over how we do that in our next tutorial.